Ani DiFranco, welcome back to eTown. So good to have you. You
Oh,
sound great.
Thank you.
We've been doing this for a little while, you and me.
Yeah, we have, Nick.
Yeah.
It's good to be back amongst friends.
I feel lucky about that. I was thinking about family and talking about, Mavis singing with her family and you becoming an emancipated adult at 15 years old and somehow you were ready to move on. I suspect your parents could see what you were up to and were probably okay with it.
Yeah, they were. I mean, I didn't have much of a family growing up. Funny that should be our topic. What's that? No, but and I think with all the chaos that was in my household, they were just happy that I was happy and I had something I wanted to do, and I was kind of okay. So they let me go.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good. I had a really independent childhood, and I think it set me up nice for an independent life.
I was a feral teenager as well.
Yeah,
and,
I knew we had something.
It was just this thing, yeah. And now what makes me sort of think about this family and coming full circle is that now you're a mother. You got 2 kids. So you're thinking about all the things that you did when you were young, and now you're watching your kids giving it back to you.
Yeah, that's right. Amen, right? Now it's really, I mean, I'm new to the family thing, and it's really, I understand now what it means. I actually married into an incredible family, and what a feeling that gives you in this world.
Yeah. Now, raising kids in New Orleans, your new hometown, must be an amazing experience and probably somewhat different from what you remember as a kid. What do you think your kids get from being in New Orleans? What do they get exposed to, and what do you share with them that you think is helping to sort of make them who they are?
Those kids are so lucky. New Orleans, what don't they get? They get music, they get food, they get beautiful architecture, they get people who are open and warm and real and everywhere all the time. And my daughter was just saying to me the other day, because we live right by the river, we're about 3 blocks from the Mississippi, and the train tracks are about 3 blocks away, and it's just a din of boat, all night long, and the train horns. And we got home the other day from a trip, my daughter and I, and she was like, I love hearing the trains and the boats, Mommy. It makes me feel like I'm home. I was like, oh,
that's pretty cool.
Lucky you.
Yeah. Well, let me also ask you about you've always been an issues-oriented writer and person and public person. And now those issues probably you're seeing them through the lens of parenthood. So when you think about an issue like climate change or the environment, I think suddenly it's, oh wow, it's not just me, it's 80 years from now that I'm thinking about because I have little tiny kids, So is that what your experience is like?
I mean, yeah, a lot of people ask you, when you're a songwriter, an activist, or whatever it is I am, just having kids make you more something or other? Well, no, if I was more something or other, I'd just explode, I think. It gives me a nice balancing effect, It's like, oh, geez, let's put that down and watch the grass grow for a minute, and that helps. But I'm now having this repeated. I have a 10-year-old and I have a 4-year-old, and I imagine this cycle is going to begin again of explaining the insanity of it all to the uninitiated. And it just, a few years back, I was in a park near our house at a demo with my daughter. I bring the kids to vote, I bring the kids to demonstrations, I try to show them what citizenship looks like, Your
daughter's birthday is Inauguration Day, wasn't it?
Yeah, she was very sad about that. But she came to the Women's March in D.C. with me, and we both got really happy that day. I was just, we were in this park near our house, and we're making noise, and then she turns to me and she says, Mommy, why are they saying hands up, don't shoot? And I was like, okay, well, sweetie, there's this thing called racism. It's like the stupidest thing ever. And then you have to walk them through these things, like we are polluting the earth and we may kill our whole species and many others with it. Yes. And you know, and the amazing thing too about having kids, having family, is now I tell her things like, yeah, when we throw this stuff in, there is no away. There's no away. The garbage, you can't throw something away. Where does it go? You know, maybe the ocean. And now, every time I'm throwing something out, she's talking to me about it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mom.
And it's like,
can't do
right,
that. Yeah.
right. You're going to use that information as opposed to my crusty brain.
Your crusty brain. I like there's a line in one of your songs on your new record that says, "Neither young nor dumb am I." So I think we can assume.
Shakespearean.
Yeah, it is
Is it not?
Shakespearean. Speaking of which, your new record is really good. Really like it. And I
geez,
love
thanks.
the fact that it sounds like your hometown, but it also sounds like a unique perspective of New Orleans. It has
Yeah,
those
right.
flavors, that culture, that richness.
Right, like a Buffalo girl stumbled in and got lost. Couldn't find her way home.
Well,
yeah.
she didn't get completely lost because she made some friends.
Yeah, amen. Yeah, I mean, living in New Orleans and having brilliant friends that I can call with a local, number is makes making records really fun.
Yeah, and there's Jenny Scheinman's playing fiddle on there. You got
Yes,
some special
indeed.
guests. It's
Yeah.
nice to have the horns and the fiddle as a sort of juxtaposition that you don't hear often. And lovely songs. And some of the songs are, I guess I can say this because neither young nor dumb are you, or maybe me, but I'm not sure about that. But I was going to say that there are some songs about being a little more mature, I think. There's one song about stopping mid-battle and apologizing, and the strength that it takes to, in the midst of the fight, in the midst of being fierce, in the midst of being passionate, stepping back and saying, "Oh, wait a minute, maybe I have a role in this too." That's a pretty cool message.
Yeah, thanks. If there's one thing I've learned of a few decades of songwriting, you can sort of write yourself into being. So if I start singing about I'm mature and grown, and I know how to check myself when I'm wrong, maybe someday it'll actually happen.
Yeah. So fiction is alive and well
Yeah.
in your songwriting. What about the one that's an homage to delayed gratification, where you talk about how
Yeah.
you vote and then you wait?
Yeah. Deferred gratification is a song that's kind of, homage to all those that spend their lives in service of others, starting with the mother, or the parent, and, ending with the public servant or the activist or the and all of the brilliant activists that I've known in my life, they have taught me that for sure. You don't fight to win, you fight because it makes you feel good. It connects you with others and with what's right. And win or, it's an end in itself.
Well, in your case, it's a joyous battle.
Yeah.
You do a great job of just bringing such joy and great music, and you've done it for a long time, and we're just thrilled that you're still doing it. Thanks, Ani. Let's get back to music. Welcome back, if you would, Ani DiFranco. Hi, this is Nick Forster from eTown. If you want to stay up to date with all the performances, interviews, and behind-the-scenes footage, click the subscribe button. Thanks.